again, good morning. I'm excited to be here today with Collector of Revenue Greg Daly, Alderwoman Shameen Clark-Hubbard, Legal Services of Eastern Missouri, Park Central Development, Prosperity Connection, and the St. Louis Community Credit Union to announce an exciting new way the city is working to prevent foreclosures in our communities. Over the last 3 years, almost $4.5 million in real estate taxes have gone unpaid in the city, driving hundreds of families out of the city. This was one of a multitude of reasons why between 2010 and 2020, St. Louis lost 27,000 African American residents. In November, the groups I'm here with today created the St. Louis Real Estate Tax Assistance Fund, or RETAF, to help families get the support they need to stay in their homes. This innovative public-private partnership is working with the Collector's Office, Legal Services of Eastern Missouri, and Park Central Development to identify homeowners in need while raising private funds to help pay off unpaid taxes ahead of this year's tax sale. Instead of going to auction and losing their homes at a tax sale, families with unpaid property taxes can work with RETAF to get relief. And Prosperity Connection will offer participating homeowners financial education, one-on-one financial coaching, and services to help build credit and improve their financial health. Last year, my administration began implementing $135 million in American Rescue Plan Act funding. From helping more than 7,000 families put food on their table to setting up basketball leagues for hundreds of youth, we're putting this money to use in ways that touch people's lives. That's just the beginning, and we have the resources to think creatively for long-term problems. City government works best when we work together. After working with the Collector's Office, the city agreed to move $500,000 in federal funding towards protecting homeowners through this creative initiative and getting money moving quickly. $500,000 will help taxpayers save their homes at tax sales this year and beyond, starting with the first tax sale, which takes place on April 19th, which we expect will help dozens of homeowners keep their homes. This infusion of funding will help RETAF greatly surpass its $300,000 fundraising goal, and I hope it encourages more private businesses and donors to look into RETAF. Thank you to Collector Greg Daly and the coalition members here today who are working hard on behalf of St. Louis families and homeowners. And now I'd like to turn it over to my colleague, Collector of Revenue Greg Daly, to talk more about the work behind RETAF. Greg?
Thank you, Mayor, and thanks to everyone for being here today to discuss such an important issue. We have all seen the long-term devastation when families are forced out of their homes, for whatever reason, through financial hardship, loss of a loved one, or one's inability to pay real estate taxes. My team in the Collector of Revenue's office and I began working with this esteemed group of people last year with the goal of doing our part to provide effective solutions to stabilize families and their neighborhoods. Good work happens when leaders put community first and join to make things happen for the good of our neighbors. We are so pleased that Mayor Jones has joined the RETAF efforts to help us raise funds to stabilize families and neighborhoods for a stronger St. Louis. We hope that the city's announcement of $500,000 donation can inspire citizens throughout the region to join by donating to RETAF. A region is really only as strong as the urban core. We all want to see a healthy and thriving city, and everyone up here today has committed their time, resources, expertise, and frankly, the heart and soul to make the city of St. Louis a better place to live and work. If you are a homeowner who qualifies for RETAF assistance, the RETAF Coalition will be contacting you over the next several weeks and months. In the meantime, if you're struggling to make a tax payment on your home and the foreclosure deadline is fast approaching, please contact our office at 314 622-4105. We have team members ready to assist you when they can. If I could just take a point of personal privilege at this time, I would like to thank Mayor Jones and her administration for their help in this matter. This all happened just because of a conversation the mayor and I had one afternoon in her office. And I said, we were talking, and she said, "Greg, what's going on? What's happening?" I said, "Well, Mayor, I'm talking to a couple of people, and we're trying to get this together." She hesitated for 1 second and said, "I think we can help." And so that's where we're at today. And Mayor, I think we can help a lot of people.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you very much. If I could, I'd like to call to the dais right now Abdullah with Park Central. Abdullah?
Thank you, Collector, and thank you, Mayor. 2 years ago, we were sitting in a conference room, myself and Alderwoman Clark Hubbard, and we were receiving calls. We were working on some community issues, and we received 2 calls the day before a tax sale saying, "We're going to lose our home," and they were seniors. And it was heartbreaking. And I'll never forget Alderwoman Clark Hubbard saying, "We have to do something about this." So we began to work with Park Central on how we could solve this issue north of Delmar, on how do we keep people in their homes? How do we make sure that our people can stay and realize not only the value in their home, but have a great place to live, work, and play? Well, this is a much bigger problem, and it's going all around the city. At the same time, my counterparts with Legal Services of Eastern Missouri and Prosperity Connection were also working on this same issue. And much like today, the way that not only Mayor Jones, but Collector Daly have come together to really make this coalition happen, we did the same thing, because this was much bigger than just a press release. It was much bigger than just saving one home or getting one bite at the apple. It was about making sure that people can keep that American dream and we can keep our neighborhoods intact, particularly those neighborhoods north of Delmar. So with that being said, what we have today between Mayor Jones and Collector Daly are what I like to call champions. And those champions are champions to save our piece of not just the American dream, but just of our right to have a home, our right to have a place where we can live, work, play, but also be safe. So with that being said, those are my comments, and with that, and I just want to again thank you, Mayor Jones, but also thank you, Collector, for showing what real leadership in this city looks like of working together. So thank you.
Thanks, Abdullah.
Thank you.
Alderwoman Hubbard or Clark Hubbard?
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Once again, I'm so full and excited to be here with this work. This is bigger, like my brother Abdul said, than these press conferences, than our conversations, clearly, because yes, it did start at a table, but once you have people in position, like Mayor Jones said, working together, the right leadership in position working together, then that's how we begin to move needles and change for the greater good in our communities like this will. It literally happened from phone calls I was getting while I was in a meeting. It was literally people calling me saying, "I'm about to lose my house in the morning," when the reality is in the city of St. Louis, it takes 3 years. 3 years to lose your home. So this is bigger than just also passing out money. This is about passing out education. This is about informing and empowering people so that we can begin to make sure that they don't lose their piece of the dream, like you said, and make sure that they continue on their road to generational wealth in our communities. So thank you, Mayor Jones. Thank you, sis, for taking somebody's conversation to another level. Thank you, Collector Greg Daly, because you know that every time I call on you, you always answer the call, and this is big. People need to know that people are answering the call and people are responding to not just 1 or 2 needs, but all needs. This is a piece and this is a tool against anti-displacement in our communities. And the community that I serve in right now, that is one of the biggest fears they have. So I'm so happy to be a part of this. I'm so happy to continue this work. And I'm so happy to be able to announce and be here to announce this generational wealth breaking piece that you are adding to the work that we are doing with RETAF. Please don't hesitate. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Please don't hesitate to reach out to Collector Greg Daly, even if you think you might be in a threat, even if you think you might be in a threat of this, because we don't want to take any chances with this, especially when you have the resources right here at the table. And you know, it's no money, no mission. We like to talk about it, we care and all, but we putting resources, money, and power behind it. There's power in the tongue, and this is proof of that. And so with that, I want to bring up somebody that knows a lot about money. No money, no mission, so you got to have somebody that knows a lot about money. Paul Woodruff of St. Louis Community Credit Union.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Paul Woodruff. I'm the Vice President of Community Development for St. Louis Community Credit Union, which is a certified community development financial institution, or CDFI, as well as a minority depository institution. Over a year ago, we joined our fellow RETAF members to create and launch this coalition in an effort to stop the annual displacement of dozens of low-income city homeowners who are unable to meet their property tax obligation and who would otherwise lose what is one of their most valuable assets, their home. More specifically, though, we're a part of this important work because we want to work to eliminate the racial wealth divide that has long plagued our nation, and especially this region in St. Louis. In short, this work is incredibly critical to finding a more financially equitable society for all in our city. Last year, St. Louis Community Credit Union provided RETAF with its first corporate contribution of $5,000. And while we are extremely proud to financially support the mission of RETAF, we need more. RETAF needs more corporate contributions, more private contributions to ensure that every owner-occupied home that's at risk for a tax sale can be saved. Our region is really fortunate to be blessed with very generous business owners, with very generous citizens, and now is the time. We need you to help us. We need you to support this effort, to join those who've already donated, especially the city. For more information on how to make a tax-deductible donation, please visit www.retaf.org. That's www.retaf.org. In closing, I would like to, on behalf of our coalition, extend a heartfelt thanks to our Collector of Revenue, Gregory Daly, and our Mayor, Tishaura Jones. You don't often see the type of collaboration that you have seen between these two elected officials, but it is exactly what our city needs at this moment. It's exactly what homeowners that are at risk need, and we are so thankful to have them as champions, I think Abdul called them. So we are proud to be launching the RETAF Coalition. We want to make this successful, and thank you all for being here.